Welcome, welcome, welcome. You already know what it is. This is Clubhouse Conversations with your Maya, where the real stories get told and the culture gets its flowers. Tonight is special. This is the next generation spotlight. And we highlighting the voice that's really out here putting in work, not just wearing the name. We talking discipline. We talking growth. We talking what it really takes to earn your place here, to earn your name, your spot here in Rough Riders organization. So tonight we got my good sis PatRRa of Rough Riders South in the building. PatRRa, welcome to Clubhouse Conversations. We're gonna add my girl PatRRa to the stage. What's up, my girl?
Hey girl, hey.
Hey girl, hey. First of all, I've been maybe friends with PatRRa on social media for maybe about 2 years now. And we never physically met in person, but our vibe has always been cousins in my mind. Like every time I see that girl, I'm like, that's my cousin over there. I'm like, yeah, cousin.
Like everything, liking on everything.
Yes, I'm like, that's cousin over there, cutting up. Like she really is like my vibe, like for real, down from, my sister Jamaican. So down to, cousin. So down to the culture, the way she carries herself, the way she rides, all of that is, what I loved and what captured my eye. And, for me, the next generation has always been a big thing for me. That's always been something that, I preach, like the next generation, because with Rough Riders, it's about the next generation. Oftentimes we get caught up in the past, and the past is great. The history is great. But in order to continue to longevity and to continue to grow, we got to focus on the next generation and who's coming up to carry the torch behind us. So let's take a second and let's talk before the vest, before the title. What pulled you into the world of Rough Riders? First of all, introduce yourself to the world out here, sis.
Hey girl, hey y'all. How y'all doing? If y'all know me as PatRRa the Princess. I'm out here on Tooth. I'm part of Bike Division. I'm down here in the South. I put on for everybody in the South. So I'm down here. That's what I'm doing. What brought me to Rough Riders originally? Well, let's start what brought me to the bike world. I came back from Afghanistan. We all need something to cope. Gas was too high, but hey, gas is high now, child.
Right.
And then so I bought a bike. I didn't even know how to put it in first gear. I had to teach myself how to ride my bike. That's how adamant I was about it. I was always, drawn to Rough Riders because I like what they represented. I like what Yai represented. I like what the women represented, Eve, all of that. I wanted to be a part of that. I wanted to represent that. So, of course, when I was actually in the process of PCSing. So when I got to Georgia, I linked up with a chapter in Georgia, and it took off from there. I was the only prospect on my line. Shout out to Hothead over there in Waco, Texas. I was the only prospect on my line for almost a year. And I made it through. You really got to have it in your heart before you put it on your back. You really, as a prospect by myself, you really got to have it in your heart before you put it on your back, because you get put through a lot.
Facts.
You get through a lot.
So transitioning into that, do you remember the exact moment when you said, like, yeah, this is what I want, this lifestyle is for me?
My day 3 was Atlanta Annual 2013. My day 3 online was Atlanta Annual. So if you actually go back and look at YouTube videos, you see a lot of the heavy hitters from back then in those videos, and I got to meet them on day 3. So it's like, dang, like I'm really in the presence of riders, of people who are down for the grind. Atlanta, everybody comes. So some of the nationals were there too. So I'm like, dang, I'm in the midst of history. And that really locked me in.
Yep. I felt that. Let's talk prospecting really quickly. What to you mentally was the hardest part?
Can you repeat the question? I didn't hear you.
I said, when we're talking about prospecting, what to you mentally was the hardest part? Especially coming from, because you prospected after you came back from Afghanistan, correct?
Right. So okay. I think getting overwhelmed, because it's like everybody wants you to know what they want you to know. Right. So I had to actually like chop it up. Let me learn the history of this chapter. Let me learn the history of the R. Let me learn the history of, you know, the founders of the chapter right. which I came through. So it's like I had to chop it up because it was so much information at one time. Because, you know, first 45 days you get grilled. So, you know, all breaking up that information right. and sorting out real from fake. Sorting out the real from the fake. Some of these,
that's a lifelong lesson right there.
Right. As a prospect, you know, I don't know if it was naive, but I'm thinking, you know, everybody with a vest is kosher, but you know, you gotta sift through that stuff, and it can be a bit overwhelming. So that was kind of hard too.
Absolutely. No, I agree with you. I know you already came from a disciplined background from being in the military. So, you know,
girl, you know, I came from a Jamaican household. Forget that.
And that too. So we had no problem with discipline. So during that prospecting period, did you feel like you already coming from a disciplined background and structure make it easier for you to fall in line as far as a soldier was concerned?
Yeah. And, you know, just holding on to, you know, in order to know the future, you have to know your past. So I had right. to hold on to that. And that was a focal point in, you know, the guidance, the structure. You got to look at where Rough Ryders came from. And it was very tough back in the day. So I had to hold on to that because, you know, I didn't want to make my chapter look bad, make myself look bad during that period. You know, I didn't want to embarrass my prospect manager. So yes, the military helped, my upbringing helped, but you know, the history and the foundation that Rough Ryders came up on, that helped too, because you know the standard.
Right. As a female prospecting now, right? Because you, a female, you know you're going to be tried. So were there moments where you felt like I can't do this, or I'm in a male dominated atmosphere, like it's not for me?
I don't think that ever came about because I have a good sense of self. I know how before PatRRa, it was so you know, coming up in the military, I'm already in male dominated areas, and in the bike world, it's already male dominated. But if you hold yourself to a certain level of respect, can't nobody really mess with that. As a prospect, as a vested member, if you hold yourself with a certain level of confidence, respect, and decorum, people ain't really gonna mess with you.
And with that, oftentimes, because people don't understand it, you get a lot of backlash because of that. They were like, oh, she's stuck up, or oh, she's this and she that. But in all reality, I just have a different level of standards, and I carry myself according to those standards that I want other people. I'm gonna carry myself like a queen because I feel like I'm a queen on a regular basis, and I'm not going to diminish that for anybody. I don't care how you feel about the situation. Like, me and you was having a conversation, and one thing I said, people going to talk about you whether you're doing good or bad. So right. I'm gonna make sure the attributes that I put forward, whether you talk about me, my character is always going to shine. I'll shine at whatever negativity that you hear about me. Right. So Now let's talk about a moment everybody sees, but they don't really truly understand. What did it feel like the day that you got vested?
Oh, so I got vested was the first time, because I actually left and came back. The first time I get vested, it was a stressful day. Like I said, shout out to my prospect manager at the time, because he gave me the blues. And that day I questioned. That was a day that I questioned, because it was rough. Like, it was rough, it was hot, it was rough, everything was annoying, but it's meant to be that way. Do you got the skin for this? So they brought me out to the pool, and Hothead was like, do you really want this vest? And I was like, duh.
Right.
And then he was like, go get it. I seen like so many people. Like, when I tell you heavy hitters, Gam, Soko, like so many people were there,
Right.
Pretty Ricky. And he was like, go get it. So, girl, do you know I tried to walk around the pool? He was like, no, girl. But I remembered earlier in the day, he was like, can you swim? So he was like, no. And he was like, go get it. And I swam to the other side of the pool in full uniform. Got to the side, he was like, no, Gam, he had walked back to the other side. I was like, dang, swam again. So I had swam a couple times trying to get the vest. So finally he had me get out the pool.
Swimming laps.
Girl, I kept saying, like, he was like, how bad you want it? I was like, I want to be a Rough Rider. Y'all know my voice is already high pitched. And I kept saying it over and over, but my eyes were closed. And then he told me to turn around, and then he put my vest on. And so I was like, this is it. This is it. First, girl, after that pool, I had to check my lace. But I did.
Period. Because I done been in some situations where I had to keep the lashes in check. Like,
right. So they did that. I got vested that night. That was like a powerful night, because you could just feel the love. Right. And I hope every prospect gets that experience, because you could literally feel the love. And the second time, because I left and came back, it was the same vibe, the same love. When you're around people who really care about your journey, you can feel it. You can feel it.
Right. That's absolutely correct. So not once but twice you did the journey and got vested. And you said you still felt that same type of love. Who was that first person that you thought about after you got vested?
Rough Rider wise or personal wise?
Personal wise, like I did it. Like that feeling that you just wanted, that first person that I wanted to call and just be like, you know what, I did it.
I would say me.
Period. Because I was just about to say me too. The little me inside was the person that I had to. I'm like, I had to thank me, like, because for real, like that was the first person, the younger me, that was a Rough Rider fan growing up, watching, like you said, the Eves on TV, and it was like such a surreal moment that the little me was happy. Like my inner child was happy in that moment.
Right. Right. I was just like, damn, I did it. Like I really did this shit by myself. Like, even the second time, it's like, coming back the second time, there's an expectation. Other prospects are looking at you as,
like, she know that already. She know what to do. So they looking at you like almost like
why she here?
Leader, like are we gonna look to see what she doing, and then we gonna mimic what she doing, right?
Right. But you know what, too? Every time, whether it be your first time, your second time, I know people that has come back 3 times at least. Right. You have to earn the respect every single time, because at the end of the day, it's a unanimous vote. So it's like, you gotta earn the respect, period. So if you didn't have it in your heart, if I didn't have it in my heart the first or the second time, there could be no PatRRa right now. You feel me?
Did your name stay the same during both?
Indeed. Indeed.
Period.
Crazy. I got vested on the same day both times.
Oh wow.
Yep. That
Oh,
was, look, I'm a firm believer of alignment, and I'm a firm believer that if you are supposed to be here, you will be here. I say, if you're supposed to be here, you will be here. And the fact that I got
absolutely.
vested the same day both
Absolutely.
times.
They said we're gonna do it with a remix this time.
Right, right. So yeah, I have two vests, so I came through twice. I got two vests, and it is what it is with that.
So, what does that vest mean to you? Not the world, not your image. What does it mean to you?
For it, all the Rough Riders that came before me, Rough Riders have died behind that vest. So I have to treat it with the utmost respect. Put PatRRa to the side. There are, there are ways you're supposed to handle your vest, but as Rough Riders, we need to put special emphasis on it. We are one of one. You feel me? We're a lifestyle. So all the artists that came before us, all of the dog division members that came before us that had to fight through and get all these awards before they can even stand up. Same with car division, same with bike division, standard. There is such a foundation with Rough Riders. You have to hold the vest with a sense of respect. And that's what I see with it. You feel me? It's like, it's Rough Riders, and the vest is bigger than me, it's bigger than you.
Absolutely.
So to me, it's golden. It's golden. Can't nobody take it from me.
Absolutely. No, I totally agree with that 100. I can't even do shit. You said it better than I could have said it. Right? I'm like, shit, I can't even. How did your mindset shift after that moment? Because let me clear something up for y'all out there. Just because I said next generation, although she has been around, when I say next generation, my generation, my definition of next generation are the people that stepping up to fill in the shoes of the past, the groundbreakers, the innovators, the people that make you say, hey, I want to be a Rough Rider. Look at that cool shit that she's doing. That's what I mean by next generation. It don't gotta be I just joined and I just got vested. The next generation is, who is that person carrying the torch going into the future? Who are the new prospects looking at as, hey, I want to be like them? When I said I want to be like Eve, or I saw Yayi on the bike, I want to be like Yayi. Or the guys, oh, I seen Scorp doing, but I want to be like Scorpio. Whatever the case, that's what I mean by next generation. Who's going to be that person that's carrying a torch? I said when I came in during my prospecting period, they said, what do you bring to the table? I said, me. It's never going to be another me.
And it's not.
Like, I know how God designed me. And so I know once I put my mind to something, I'm going to achieve whatever I want to achieve. I said that I want my name to be in the history books, and that's what I'm going to do. I don't care with nobody. You can throw whatever obstacle you want to. I'm still going to be a brick in this foundation. I might throw the brick back at your ass, but I'm still going to be a brick in this foundation. But you know what I'm saying? I'm here. Like, I'm here. Like, and it's, and that's just the mindset that I have. And that leads me up to the next question. How did your mindset shift after you made that commitment for the second time?
I felt a sense of responsibility to the, the ones who want to come through or who are on your journey and they're just by themselves. Like, that's why, I switched or geared my social media to prospects. If you look on my TikTok page, it's geared for prospects because, yeah, you may be able to ride. Yeah, you may have the best dog. Yeah, you may have the best car, but prospecting first and foremost, you have to be a brick. It doesn't matter what you have. It doesn't matter what you can do. If you're not mentally here or it's not here, you're not going to progress. It's not going to be easy. Mm-hmm. Somebody making it 90 days, somebody over here on 250 days. You have to grind out, and that
57.
You just have to grind out. So my focus is keeping their head in the game. You know, as vested members, sometimes it's like, ooh, they might not make it. But it's like, they can make it. So I just make sure, like, if a prospect's having problems with, knowledge or getting knowledge, I can help find that. I have prospect groups. I hold study halls with people like that are concerned. I'm like, don't be concerned about the paper stuff. It's cool. You'll get it. But I know what it feels like to prospect alone. I did it twice. So I want to be a shoulder for them, someone they can lean on. So I just want to make sure they're straight, and newly vested members, I want to make sure they're straight. If you're new to the lifestyle, you can get sucked in very quick. And I just
quick. It's like a vortex.
Okay. They can get sucked in real quick. So I just want to ensure like they got somebody they can trust or somebody they can lean on. A phone call, if I need to pull up, I'll pull.
Goes a long way, I'm telling you.
But a phone call, you can definitely call me. My number is readily available for anybody. Call me if you need it.
Dope. So let's get into the ride side of things, right? So what bike you riding right now, sis?
I have a Kawasaki 650 EX. So it's a little bike. No, but
I got a 650.
but I get to where I need to go.
I'm about to say, everybody that know me that know that I ride. I had a 300 and the 650, and I loved my 300. You cannot tell me it was a little bike because I rode that bitch like she was a 1000, and I did not care.
I was about to say, you ride that thing like it's a boost, and you look cute doing it.
Listen, I'll be like, it fit to me. And then Verse is on here, Verse no, because me and Verse already go back and forth. Don't talk about my 300 because I love that motherfucker.
As long as you riding, it is what it is. That's what
Listen,
I say.
I ride my ride. Listen, I tell people all the time, I'm like, I'm 5'5", 150 pounds on a good day, and like I know try to lift that 400 500 pound bike, I can't do it. I'm not doing it. I wear nails. Like
your nails ain't gonna allow.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I just want to ride. I'm outside with y'all, but I'm just gonna be cute. Like, so listen, my 60, that's my bird girl bike. I don't care what nobody says.
Here go right here. What's the GPS? I'll get there when I get there. I need to get
my big girl bike. Now I'm in traffic now. Everything y'all can do, I can do too. We're gonna split these lanes, we're gonna do all that. It just may take me a little longer on the startup, but once I'm there with you. Well, I'm up there. Now we gonna go.
Okay, and I got my DJI, so I'm recording my footage. Y'all ain't gonna catch me lacking. I ain't put my bike on the trailer. I'm gonna get to where I need to go. It may take me a little while.
We gonna ride our ride though, and that's okay. So, what was your first bike? Was your 650 the first bike?
No, I actually all I've ridden was 600s or 650s. Like, I actually prefer Honda over Kawasaki, but I don't know. I just don't have a Honda anymore. It got stolen. So, yeah, that's kind of that's my niche. I keep saying I want to get a bigger bike, but I don't know. I'm just comfortable with it.
Listen, you ain't even got to explain to me because I feel the same way. Like, I love my baby. Like, yeah, listen, and we gonna be outside and y'all gonna love it, and y'all gonna know it's me, and I'm gonna ride that motherfucker with some pride. I don't care.
You know what? And we gonna be at Bike Week on the 650
outside. Listen. Okay, tapping in from Alaska.
Who's on there from Alaska?
We doing it for you, sis. We tapping in for that next generation out here. What mistakes did you make early on riding? Because I know when I started prospecting, I thought my name was going to be Stall Out, because the way I used to stall out everywhere I was at, like,
girl, mistakes. I only went down one time on my bike. And that was as a prospect. So when you say ride your ride, really ride your ride. I only went down once. It was as a prospect. I slammed my back brake, rookie mistake in going into a turn. So that was a rookie mistake. It was on a formation ride too. So I want to say that's my biggest mistake. I went down, I got up, I checked my wig.
Baby, I went down on I went down on my bike. When I got up, I probably promise you I felt like the Undertaker. Well, I just popped up, like the adrenaline was so high. I was like,
it is like you don't know if you should be embarrassed or what. Like you just kind of look around. So I just checked my wig and made sure my lipstick was good. Like they were like, Patrick, or they were like, P1, are you good? I said, yeah, I'm good. Like I think it was shock. Like this really happened to me. Is that how you felt?
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. I was like, they like, oh my God, are you okay? I was literally like 20 minutes away from home. I just got off. We just was leaving a Maryland state anniversary, and I'm coming down the highway. Rookie mistake, yes and no, but the person that was driving on the highway was being a dick as well too. But I was all the way in the far lane, and I had to get off on the right. And the lady was playing Russian roulette with me. Every time I tried to slow up, she sped up. Every time I slowed down, she slid down. And I'm like, oh my God, instead of just going straight, because I could have got home going straight, even though I missed the exit, I was like, I'm going to make this exit. And it was all just sand and gravel right there when I hit the turn. So, yeah, that's what happened. And then I hit the pavement pretty hard. And I got up like,
but your lashes had to have been intact though.
Oh yeah, I had a full face. Thank God for that. I like my skin. I had my helmet. I had my gloves on. I had jeans on. I had just bought them jeans that morning too. And I was like, you don't get a good pair of black jeans that fit real good. They was nice and they was affordable. Kneecaps all scuffed up and scraped up. But I'm alive. Thank God for that. It was, I think the embarrassing part, I was on in the, what do you call it?
The off ramp.
Yeah, there you go. And people was like, they had their phones out and shit. I'm like, put it up. I'm good. Get me out of here. Like, get me
out of here, girl. Throw the bike on the truck. We gone. Throw the bike on the truck.
Nah, one of my sis was driving in a support car and she was like, oh my God, can the bike still ride? I'm like, I don't know. She got on the bike and rode the bike like the 20 minutes home, and I drove her car. And I'm like, listen, just drop me off at the hospital and we'll figure it out from here.
She said, drop me off at the hospital.
Figure it out from here. I'm alive for now. So like,
girl, I ain't even go to the hospital.
I just don't want to be on this highway in this little intersection like this. Like, no, please don't have me on the internet. I'm okay.
I went to my mama's house. She said, you wrecked that bike, didn't you?
Oh, my dad to this day, he still don't even know that I was in an accident. I hope he don't watch this, but he still to this day don't like, because he would have been like, girl, I told you this is, I would have got, oh Lord.
It wasn't no quiet.
So what type of typical rider are you? Do you prefer solo rides? Do you prefer group rides, long rides? Like, because for me, I know riding is definitely a therapeutic thing for me.
I prefer to ride with people I trust. I don't mind group rides, but riding with people, you don't know how they ride. And I noticed that, sometimes people drink and ride. So I just don't want to be in that type of situation. Like if I'm with a friend and it's like, okay, Pat, let's go for a ride. I'll go for a ride with them, but I usually be riding by myself. And two, because I get footage, I want my footage a certain way. So I don't want to be paying attention to keeping up or getting to this destination when I know I should be elsewhere getting this footage. I'm kind of finicky about stuff like that. So like so like when we go to bike week, I'm already going to link up with Rough Riders because we're going to be riding around there and we're going to be getting footage together. So yeah, that's going to be the move on that. But I'll ride with some people, but most of the time I'm riding by myself.
Okay. So what's one of your most memorable rides? Like one you just won't forget, like this was a hell of a ride for me.
When I rode back to Florida.
Where did you ride from?
Columbus, Georgia, back to Florida. It was like 5 hours.
That's still long. I used to live in Florida, so that drive to Georgia was crazy.
Right. So it was just like, a bridge. It felt like a bridge because when I was younger, I was like, dang, I want to be a Rough Rider. Dang, I want to be a Rough Rider. And then to ride my bike back there, the first time I was a Rough Rider, as a Rough Rider, it's like, dang, like, I really made it. I made it. Mm-hmm. Some of my friends from high school were like, you got a bike? And I'm like, yeah, I used to talk about it, but as Jamaican mamas, bike back. I'm like, girl, my mom didn't let me. But riding back to Florida, riding back to Florida, and just seeing old high school friends, college friends, and they knew what I wanted to do back then. It was a kind of a pivotal moment.
Same, definitely. When I talk to my friends that knew me back when I was younger and I was heavy in the Rough Riders, the bandanas, blinged out, like all of that, they like, dang, girl, you really became a Rough Rider. I'm like, I told y'all.
Right. When that anthem comes on, it's over.
It still invokes the same feeling that I felt when I was a kid, riding my bike with the little boys, popping wheelies on my Huffy. I still feel the same way listening to that anthem. So it's like now with a vest on or being a vested member, when I hear that anthem now, it means something totally different to me. It's an automatic like rush of pride, like to see my family and friends and they around me and the anthem come on, they automatically give me the look because they know I'm about to go in. Like they know I'm about to go in. Yeah, they know. Like I don't care where I'm at. My first year Vesta, I almost got put out of a bar. The anthem came on. I was on these people cheers and everything. I was like,
that's
my
me.
My bro was DJ. He was like, sis, get off these people cheers. All right, bro.
And it's crazy when they be like, oh, the Rough Riders is in the building. You be like, I'm here.
Who me? Period.
Look at you. You know your history.
Period. Yup. So, as a woman now, because we speaking on this, as a woman in Rough Riders, what do you feel like you represent?
I think it's not what I feel, it's what I show up for. Like, some people say, women don't belong here. Women don't belong in the bike world. Women don't belong in certain positions in Rough Riders, but you can. If you hold yourself accountable, you can. Hey girl. Look, I know I've watched her turn up for the anthem. So I think I represent the standard that women can achieve what they want to in the bike world and in this lifestyle. You can be yourself and achieve what you want to achieve without engaging in certain behaviors and without conducting yourself away. If y'all can read in between the lines.
And y'all know me, so y'all already know why I'm fucking clapping. Like, listen, round of applause, okay? Like, listen, because I ain't even about to elaborate. Y'all already know how I feel on that situation.
We already know.
Yeah, you already know how I feel. I'm such a girl's girl. Y'all already know how I feel on that situation. So
what's understood doesn't need to be said.
Right. So, have you ever felt like you had to prove yourself more?
In the bike world or within Rough Riders?
Within our organization, within outside of our organization, and the bike world in general, like, because for real.
I think in the bike world, women have to kind of earn their keep in the bike world. As far as Rough Riders, I feel like you have to be the change you want to see. So I think that, sometimes there is conflict because some people don't necessarily want to be a part of that change.
Change is hard, and a lot
Right.
of people get comfortable and complacent with old rules and old structures because it allows not so much responsibility and pressures to be put on some people, I feel like. And then when you have someone that almost comes in and it's like, well, how about I shake the room? Like, because you're not going to conform to the pressures and the things that typically go on. I've always prided myself on being a leader. I don't care what position I was in, because I believe in order to be a good leader, you must be a smart follower first. So in order to be, you have to be able to recognize that when you're in a strong leadership position, people are going to naturally look for flaws. Being over sexual, being over whatever, yes, you have your right to do whatever you want to do, but people are already looking at you for flaws, especially being in this organization, because women have a stigma already predisposed of them when they join an organization like this anyway. So I'm a firm believer in speed of the leader, speed of the crew. So I'm going to make sure that whether I'm in that leadership position physically or just in the spotlight, period, I'm going to carry myself in a specific way. So I get 100% what you're saying with that. So in your opinion, what separates a real rider from someone that's just wearing the patch or the image?
A real Rough Rider or motorcycle rider? Because we got divisions. So what you mean by that?
In Rough Riders, let's just say the bike division. We'll just focus on that.
A real rider, someone who rides their ride, somebody who rides throughout the year, somebody that maintains their bike, somebody who is, willing to learn. You can't be a motorcycle rider and stay novice your whole life. Rough Riders, we known for stunt riders. We known for, crossing state lines. We're known for all of that. So if you become a Rough Rider, I think you should want to, just better your riding skills. I think you should always have your bike maintained, my bike ready to ride. And yeah, that's about it. A good rider is always willing to, develop yourself.
You can have the rest of this. Mom, you can have the rest of this.
Have you ever been underestimated in this culture, and how did you respond?
One more time? I didn't hear you.
I said, have you ever been underestimated in this culture, and how did you respond?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I've been underestimated. I've been misinterpreted. And all I could do was show people otherwise, show people different. Oh, she gonna get this position, but she might not make it in this position. Right. Oh, we gonna give her we gonna give her this task. We don't think she'll accomplish it, but it gets done. At the end of the day, it's done. Don't tell PatRRa to do something and it not get accomplished, because if I know you doing it to slight me or shade me, that's motivation for me. You feel
Absolutely.
me? If you're doing it to try and make me look bad,
I'm gonna turn up even more.
Right. You trying to make me look bad in front of people. I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna do it times 10, and you're gonna be looking crunchy on the back end. Like, so don't,
Right.
yeah. So,
Right.
girl.
Right. That's it. I understand.
Now, girl.
Right.
So I think people underestimate me because it may be because you can't accomplish what you telling me to accomplish, or you chasing a rabbit, and I'm
I
the
feel like
rabbit.
it's projection oftentimes. A lot of it is projection because when they see that you're capable of certain things, they like to test how far you can go. And because sometimes they know that they lack those qualities within themselves, they want to project that failure mentality onto you as well too.
Right. So
Okay.
that's one thing I want to tell people, and that's why I utilize myself as a resource, because across the board, people, not only women, male and women Rough Riders, are having that problem. So in order to maintain and make sure my sword is still sharp, I got to be accessible for others so they can get the same help. Because
Right.
at the end of the day, being underestimated, that's in Rough Riders, that's in any MC. You
Yeah.
just have to, your sword has to stay sharp at all times. Just find some people who you cool with, and y'all will be able to, sharpen each other up, make sure each other stay. Because at the end of the day, there's gonna be people who are gonna try to slight you. There's gonna be people who try and make you look bad. So, stay on your A game at all times. Keep your bike ready, keep your dog ready, keep your car ready. Stay on your A game at all times.
I was always taught the 5 P's: proper preparation prevents poor performance. Long as you practice them 5 P's, you'll be prepared for anything that happens in life.
And I tell my soldiers too, get comfortable with being uncomfortable. I had to tell myself that today, yesterday, hell, the day before, for the most recently, I've been having to tell myself that every day. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. In order to navigate through Rough Riders, you got to be very comfortable with being uncomfortable, because everybody doesn't wear the vest for the same reason. If you was a lame before the vest, you're just a lame in a vest, and people need to know how to navigate that as well. I say it all the time.
That if you get used to get shoved in lockers, don't come in here thinking you're a bully. So, all right, next question. What's one rule or principle you live by that keeps you grounded in this lifestyle?
Always maintain a good character. If you are true to yourself, if you are true to your belief system, that will always take precedence over, any issue, any problem that you may come in contact with or run into in this game. If you stay solid, if you stay humble, integrity, accountability, and be accountable too. Like, be accountable for yourself, be accountable for, your actions. So just in what I practice in IFA, whatever you do, good or bad, you got to pay for it. So that's something I live by. Whatever you do, you have to pay for it, whether it be good or bad. So, just walk the line accordingly.
And that's all she got to say about that. Listen, You eating me up right now, so I understand.
Well,
Listen, we right here. When we talk about alignment, like we right here. So listen, everything you saying, listen, I ain't got nothing bad to say. So what's one thing about this culture that people romanticize but don't understand the weight of?
what's on your back and what it represents. What did the Dean family want for this? And how are you embodying that? What did all of the people prior to us, what did Scorpio want from this? What did Monster want? What did the founders of each chapter want? And are you embodying that? You can't I think people glamorize and they're like, ooh, DMX. But did you do your due diligence about that man? I met him. So that's not, I know what I'm doing and I know why I do certain things.
Right.
Scorpio, I've met him. I've talked to him about what he wanted. Like if he's out here, hey Scorpio, just Yayi, like what did she want for this?
Right.
So I think people see Biker Boys, people see DMX music video, people see Eve, people see the locks, people see Wah and his nice, probably $150,000 bike. People see all of that, the Queen of Hearts, that bike. People see those things, but what did they take? What did they do for that art to even stand up? What did they do for that art to be this established? What did they do for this to be a worldwide entity? So I think people glamorize that, not knowing the work that people put in the past. In order to know where you're going, you need to know where you came from. Absolutely. This isn't fake. This isn't no fake. Sorry for cussing. This ain't no fake stuff. This ain't no fake stuff.
Because
people died behind this. People got their behind whooped over this. People, prospected for months and months and months. People wrecked their
time out of their days, took money out of their pockets.
Right. Rough Riders is very expensive. Very expensive.
I tell people I pay too much money to be aggravated here. I promise you. I promise you.
It's so expensive. So in order, it's glamorized because you got something on your back that's well known. But what are you doing to maintain that? You ain't jumping in nobody's music video. So what else are you doing? Are you promoting Little Wall? Are you promoting Lolly Banks? Are you promoting any of those artists? Are you out here riding, stunting? What about, gosh dang, Hollywood, one of the original stunt team members? Have y'all hit him up? Are y'all trying to grow y'all's chapters? Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Just, saying we're part of the world's biggest organization
and not using none of the network that comes along with it. I am so confused.
Right. Like, what are you doing? Like, Rough Riders is so broad but so delicate. Like, wasn't you just in Cookie, the Cookie brand for Rough Riders, the collab? Did you do that?
Oh, I wish. No, I was the Timberland. No. I did Timberland. Timberland, yeah.
And the Ride or Die drink. You did both of those.
Ride Out energy drink, yeah.
Right. So it's like, we are glamorized, yes, but what are you doing to contribute to the forward motion of Rough Riders? Like, it's very expensive. We got it. Yes, you can be a clout chaser, but you're not gonna last. You can have the vest on your back all day, every day, but what?
Period. What does loyalty look like to you in a world full of people that can switch up fast?
Getting sound advice. if my bike goes down, who can I call that I know will come get me?
Absolutely.
If I end up in the hospital, who will show up for me? If I'm having issues, not necessarily, not even issues. If I just want to know how to better navigate, who can I call that I would trust they would give me sound guidance? That's loyalty in this organization. Not us dancing around in a circle. No. Those things. If my baby's at a hey, if my baby's having an event and they want the Rough Riders to show up, who's coming?
Right.
I don't want to see you on Saturday, Friday through Sunday. I want to see you Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. What we doing for the community? That's loyalty.
Absolutely.
Hey, Sean.
If a young woman is watching you right now thinking, I want to be a part of this lifestyle, what would you tell her before she even takes that first step?
Be sound with yourself. Have confidence. Be secure that you're making the right decisions. Have confidence in yourself and what you know. And you have to have a good sense of discernment when it comes to others in this lifestyle.
Absolutely.
Yes, you will be given things that you should know. Yes, you're going to be taught a lot of things, but if you don't have a good sense of self, a good character, confidence, and a good sense of discernment, you ain't going to make it. You're going to get ate up. You will get ate up before you even start. Because it's like, I think some people in the bike world, they smell that stuff on women.
Absolutely.
And that will lead you to do some questionable things. Very questionable. And concerning, and you have to have integrity. Because once people find out, it's almost a double standard. Women lie, men lie, women lie, men lie.
It ain't no almost, it is, girl.
Well, when people find out a woman ain't got truth riding through her body, they gonna use her for what? Well, I'm gonna tell you did this if you don't do this. That
if you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything.
That will put you in compromising situations. So you got to have all of those things, or you just ain't gonna make it. And if you do make it and you do have that vest on your back, you gonna be in a compromising situation.
Absolutely. All right, I know y'all be getting ready to wrap this up. It's been getting good, but I got a couple more questions for sis. If everything was stripped away, the vest, the name, who is PatRRa at her core?
If my name was stripped, I would just be Felicia. And Felicia's reliable. Felicia's honest. Felicia will dance with or without this vest. I'm out here dancing. I'm a good friend. I'm a good mother. And did I say honest? I have a good sense of character. I will say that. I have a good sense of character, and nobody ever has to question me. Oh, thank you, boo.
Right? I told you, like, they giving me all the feels in the comment section tonight. I'm loving this.
Thank you.
If your younger self could see you now, prospecting, riding, earning your place, what do you think she'd say to you? And how do you think she is feeling right now in this moment?
I think she would say, "You did it, bitch! You did it because, like, you know, like when you're younger, it's just like I wish, I wish, I wish. And now that I'm here, it's like I am, I am, I am. So it's like, hey, girl, you did that. And what was the other part?
That's basically it. Like how would she feel in this moment?
You know, I think she would feel, you know, proud. I walked the walk for a long time. And now I can hold somebody else's hand and walk the walk with them. I still have my circle that I call, I text, I ask questions to, but now I'm secure that I can, you know, give guidance, give help, teach, mold, mentor. Like I feel like I can do that now. Yes, I still need help sometimes, but I think if a hang around, a prospect, a new member, hell, if you call me and be like, Pat, what should I do? I think I can give sound advice because I've been through a lot of stuff in the game. And I think in IFA, we all have a destiny. Yep. And because certain things have happened to me, I think it's so I can teach somebody else. So my destiny in Rough Riders, I've gone through certain things to, you know, teach, empower, and make Rough Riders a better place. Like it, not let it fall to the wayside. We can only change what we can change. So I'm able to do my part.
Okay. And my last question. What's the mark or legacy that you want to be remembered by in Rough Riders?
That was hard. Why you asking me all these hard questions?
Because I know you can answer them and answer them good, girl. So I don't even know why you playing.
You hit me hard. I think the legacy I want to leave, like,
we gotta finish it up with a bang.
Before anything, she's a strong soldier. Before anything, she's a strong soldier. PatRRa the soldier, PatRRa the dancer, PatRRa the positive energy, PatRRa the real one.
Yep. Yep.
That's it. You know, I just want everybody to remember and associate with me that I stay true to who I am. I stay true to my culture. I stay true to Rough Riders. I stay honest. And you know, I lead with integrity. I lead with accountability. I lead with good character.
Period. Final moments. This is your platform. Say whatever you want to say. Send your shout outs and anything you want to say.
What up, everybody? This is PatRRa the Princess. I'm here. I just want to let y'all know if you guys need anything Rough Rider related, brother, sister related, y'all want me to show up to an event and turn up with you guys, y'all need some advice. Like I said, Rough Riders, babies, hang-arounds, prospects, I got y'all. I do hold study hall. I do study sessions with you guys. Newly vested members, if you need somebody that you want to talk to, you having issues or you just want to vent, I'm definitely here. Shoot me a message, shoot me a message on Facebook, TikTok. I'm not really on Instagram like that. Like I said, I pride myself on being a soldier first. In order to be a good leader, I had to be a good follower. So I learned from the best. Shout out to my prospect manager, Hothead. Shout out to, the Dean family. Shout out to Scorpio, of course, Hollywood out in Florida. Some of my sisters out in Florida, Keys, Southern Fed, Exposed. There's so many people I want to say hey to. Everybody who I met, everybody who I know, at the end of the day, I'm here for the greater picture Storm, she's a heavy hitter too. Thank you so much. In Atlanta, Puma in Atlanta, Smiles in Atlanta, Vic in Atlanta. Who else? There's so many people. Dramatic, she just got vested. Hit me up for anything. I'm only a phone call away. Hit me up on TikTok. I always have, knowledge on there. Shout out to the prospects out in Europe and Amsterdam. I've been talking with them consistently too. So again, we're not just local. We're not just within our state. We are worldwide. Travel, get to know your family, have a good sense of discernment. Like I said, understand the bigger picture of what Rough Ryders was, originally made for, and try and embody that with everything you do. Every ride you ride, every show you put your car in, every show you put your dog in, try to embody Rough Ryders. It's not just a vest. It's never that. It's not just a vest. We are a lifestyle. We rock this shit. We own the streets. We are running everything that we do. And again, if you were a lame before you got here, you just a lame in a vest. So just keep that in mind and don't try and be outside of that, because that is a cancer in itself. And I love you guys and see you at the next event. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all. Did she leave me? Girl, did she kick me out the thing? I think her thing.
I couldn't even get
myself dead.
I couldn't even get myself on mute. I was over here like, period.
I got to be honest.
Oh my God, man. Thank you so much, sis, for coming on and being my guest tonight for the Next Generation Spotlight. I deeply appreciate you taking your time out this evening to chat with us. And I appreciate you. We will connect. We will definitely, we got work to do. We got work to do. Absolutely. Absolutely. We got work to do. Period. Sure. Love you, sis. Thank you once again for coming on.
Rough Rider.
Listen, this right here is what it's about, y'all. Real stories, real journey, real growth. PatRRa, I appreciate you for pulling up and being transparent with us tonight, because somebody needed to hear this. If you tapped in and you felt this conversation, make sure you follow, share, and stay connected. This is Clubhouse Conversations with Yamaya, and we not just talking. We building legacy. See y'all next episode. Bye. Love y'all.